Hey, it's Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching. We're here at the ITEXPO TECHSUPERSHOw in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The year is 2025. The month is February. And on our show is Blake Fox with IKIN. Blake, welcome to the show. How are you?
Not too bad. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, likewise. We're really thrilled to have you. So tell us about IKIN. What do you guys do?
No, absolutely. So IKIN, we started off in the immersion of video space, and now we are actually using AI to really push the boundaries of that customized dynamic content for the future of video.
So you're making AI customized video then?
Absolutely. AI customized video, advertisements, anything that is brand specific that you really need to have that accuracy to push the bar forward.
So there are these big LLMs out there that people are familiar with, maybe ChatGPT or DeepSeek. You know, there's new models all the time, and then there's offshoots that do video and they do, all sorts of things. How are you competing with those, or how are they different?
Oh, that's the perfect question right there. So everybody thinks these large language models, you have to tweak them for your use case, but they are what they are, right? And we're seeing things like 6 fingers, you're seeing like small discrepancies. That's not the end of the world, but it's just not perfect. Instead of us actually fine-tuning the models, we actually sit on top of the major platforms, whether it's Stable Diffusion, ChatGPT. We don't care. We sit on top and we give users the ability to do smaller models, like small trained AIs to help guide the bigger models to perfection.
Oh, okay, that's great. Now, if we get into a world, this future world, which is exciting to me, where video is personalized and AI is able to kind of give me what I want, when I want, based on demographics, just wondering, do we even have the network capacity to handle it all?
Absolutely. So if you actually think about how we've been solving this problem for the dawn of time, it's with codecs, right? It's using special equations to strip down and make the bandwidth as trim as possible for the work to be done on the other side for the computer. We're taking on a whole new realm where we're looking at these video streams. We're dissecting it down to the base DNA, just the angles, the color theory, the little pieces that you need for guidance information. And instead of sending it as a codec, we're just having Gen AI take that data, recorrect it in its own image, which not only lowers the bandwidth, it also gives you a near perfect regeneration of the image on the other front, but also allows for customizations, to your point, whether you want it to be slightly different, maybe better filters. The sky's the limit as long as you send that right guided information to Gen AI.
I'm hearing a lot of just concerns about AI and personal information getting shared, and you'll hear this expression PII, personally identifiable information, which is like somehow a phone number gets inside of a database of AI that AI has access to. What do we need to know about in that space?
That's a great question. So taking a step back to that question, if we think about the one word that we've heard since the dawn of time, the uncanny valley, it's where something just doesn't seem quite right, but something's not right. We're using other AI on top of Gen AI to look for those discrepancies, whether it's bad lip sync, whether there's something like 6 fingers and such. We're building AI tools to make sure that uncanny valley goes away, so that way you end up with a perfect image. Now, what's really amazing about that is now you have this AI that is hyper-focused on brands, whether it's logos, your face, hair, landscape. Once you have all those pieces and you have this quality assurance pass in there, not only can you ensure that everything is perfect, you can use that same AI to find discrepancies, because AI is really good at pointing out, is it real or is it fake?
Isn't it funny that six-fingered person or 6-fingered hand show up all the time? I have a theory that the training model was accidentally looped on the movie Princess Bride. And that's the issue.
that very well can be, but that's a very good point. I mean, Gen AI is only as good as the corpora that you pointed at, and if you have a very nice, clean, structured piece of data, you can get Gen AI to be near perfect. Now, the problem with large language models, to your point, it's scraped on everything. It's a master of the whole wide internet. It is really unpractical for us to think that this big old model can do everything perfect. The fine-tuning helps, but you still are battling with this bad data. So if your statement is true, we'll always have 6 fingers just because of that little bad piece of data that came in from the Princess Bride.
So, Inigo Montoya screwed up everything. So we've got the issue now that we're going down this path of potential fakes or replicas of deepfakes, that kind of stuff. How are we going to deal with that as an industry?
That's a great question, and we got to come together as an industry to really solve it. Like the things that Adobe's doing about putting like cheap chips and such into their edited photos is a great start. And even at IKIN, we already embedded actually pieces of metadata within what we generate, so that way you can always trace it back to our systems, as well as figure out how we actually modified it, generated or regenerated from the source, as well as the final result. Always giving people the ability to know, hey, that was generated in my likeness thanks to IKIN, or this was generated by something else, and we should definitely flag it for a reinvestigation.
IKIN's always been on the leading edge of technology as long as I've known you. What's next? Can you tell us about the future?
No, absolutely. So what we have been really diving deep into is that perfect brand recognition. So using AI to identify what is really important and giving our clients the tools to be able to say, hey, this is really important. When you regenerate it, you have to be at this angle. These things have to be correct. And with that, if you go to, let's say, the field of advertisement, it's a field where people cannot use AI because it has to be perfect. Because one failed attempt on Gen AI right there can destroy your brand. We're giving everybody the tools to sit on top of these existing ecosystems to ensure that brand reliably remains true.
How do people find out more about your company?
Yeah, go to ikininc.com. We are releasing how we do it and the future of what we are working on along with the partnerships we're doing. So please stay tuned, and yeah, feel free to reach out if you have any more questions.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me again, Rich.